Hi Mohini, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
And congratulations on your ISB PGP admit.
Thank you so much.
Mohini, we would like to know about your profile, and the idea of getting into this conversation is to learn from your journey, understand the challenges that you have faced and how you have worked on them so that, the future applicants can use these insights. So please share your profile with us and why did you choose a 1-year MBA?
So I completed my BTech from Manipal Institute of Technology in 2020. I majored in electrical and electronics engineering. I then went on to work for about a year at GE, General Electric. So I was part of the supply chain team there, though it was a more technical role. Then after about a year of GE, I made a rather drastic shift. I shifted to marketing, and for the past about 2.5 years now, I've been working for an Alcobev company called Pernod, and I'm in the trade marketing team. And right now, I'm based out of Hyderabad, where I handle about 2 to 3 brands for the state. I think the main idea was that I'm already working in marketing for about 2.5 years now, but I somewhere felt like I lacked a foundation and I wanted to understand right from the basics of not only marketing but also business, so that going ahead I will be able to become a better marketer and also be able to make better decisions as a manager. So that was the main idea. So when I was applying, I was already at about 3 to 3.5 years of work experience, and I was looking for a good 1 year program where I'd be able to finish my MBA basically. And ISB being one of the best programs in the country was my main target. So that's how I went about deciding this.
Thank you. And it has been a good long journey, getting to the admit. So the
Right.
first step being the GMAT. As a working professional, what were the challenges that you faced and how did you tackle the GMAT?
I think out of all of the different phases of this, GMAT was the longest. Obviously, since my work hours are very erratic, the first problem I faced was not being able to find those fixed 2 hours within the day where I can sit and study. I think finding that sweet spot itself took me about a month or two. My GMAT preparation, I think one thing that I lack, which I'd like to tell future applicants, is being disciplined with your prep is the most important. Even if you're just studying 1 hour, 1.5 hours, doing it consistently is important. And I think that's something I learned a little late. I gave 2 attempts at GMAT. My first attempt was somewhere in August, and that was also after about 4 to 5 months of preparation. One mistake that I made was when I went for the GMAT exam, when I went to the test center, turns out the name in my passport was not exactly matching my registration name. So I wasn't actually allowed to give that attempt. So another quick point, please make sure to read that email that they give with all of these little instructions. And I gave my proper first attempt then in October after another month or two of preparation. And that attempt did not go great. I ended up with a 6. That's when I reached out to you and I decided I wanted to get started on the application, because I think this year they had changed the essay prompts, and these two essay questions needed a little bit more of introspection and understanding why we've decided what we've decided. That's when I decided to work on my second GMAT attempt and the application. Your guidance there was very, very helpful and helped me just focus on the things that I needed to. So after going through the questionnaire and brainstorming our application, I was able to manage both. By the third week of November, I think I'd given my second attempt, got my desired score, and I was also ready with my application. That's when I think I was finally relieved. The stress of the last couple of months worked out for the best. And I had used an online resource for my GMAT preparation, went through the entire course one by one. There were a lot of quizzes to just make sure I am passing certain topic milestones. And then I did about 4 to 5 mocks before my actual GMAT. So strategy was pretty straightforward and I was just using one resource.
Though we don't work with you on the GMAT journey, we have been along with you on this particular process. And a lot of times when we are talking to the future applicants, the first question is, what resource should I use? Should I go for a class? Should I do it on my own? The main idea is of being disciplined and finding where you need help. What would you suggest on this front?
Even when I started out, this was a question that was on my mind, and I wanted to just stick to one paid resource which did not have live classes. So I ended up with a course called eGMAT. I think that worked well for me. for different people, you can get to the same score through different paths. But my suggestion would be, first speak to people, explore different platforms. For some people, self-study is enough because, they are disciplined. I knew that wasn't the case for me. So I had chosen eGMAT. I felt like it was a very all-inclusive course where it had everything that I needed. But it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. As a new student, it's very important to first introspect and try and assess where you are at and how far you need to get. So in my case, I needed to start from scratch for both, especially for quant. My verbal was still stronger, so that's how I decided to go ahead with this course. So definitely knowing how much commitment you can give, whether or not you can attend live classes or not, it's near to you, whether you want to go for a paid resource in the first place. I think those are all questions that you should look at.
Coming to the application part, so there are so many stories that everyone has. Working on the application and choosing that particular path on the personal brand. I know when we start working on the essays, the first, or maybe start working with an applicant, the first question that comes is that when do I submit the draft? So then I have to go back and say, you don't give me a draft right now. We have 15 days or 20 days before we get to the draft. So, what was the application process like and what worked for you in this?
Your help there has been invaluable because everything is very structured. We first started by filling a questionnaire where I really introspected about the different things that I've done in my life, be it successes, failures, achievements, the kind of decisions I've taken, the paths that I've chosen. I spent almost a week to 10 days just trying and introspecting and spending time. And I was just reflecting on what all I've done so far, and more importantly, why I have done it that way. After we got all of our different stories in place, the first step was to actually form the application strategies. Try to find a common thread in all of these major milestone stories that we had. It's very important for the entire application to be tied together. I'm one person who's done multiple things, but there has to be a common thread, and that is what would reflect my brand. So in my case, it was the fact that I like creating impact. So that's how we brainstormed. I think we together picked a few stories that would stand out and make my profile unique, and then found one or two common threads on which I would try and revolve the entire application around. That process was fairly smooth. Once we had the strategy in place, I wrote, I think, 2 to 3 drafts, and after the second or third draft, to finalize the essay.
Yes, once you have a clear goal in mind and a very clear narrative in mind, it's not such a big task to write the essays. It's more important to introspect well and have that right thread to follow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what was the interview experience like? What worked for you for the interview?
I must have spent at least 10 good days preparing. We covered everything. My preparation itself was very, very thorough. Again, I took your help in that, where through the different aspects of an interview preparation, where I first focused on my previous work experience, current work experience, going into depth about the kind of roles and responsibilities I have, the kind of impact I'm able to create. Just focusing on why I want to do an MBA, getting a lot of these basic questions in place, also focusing on how I can contribute to the school. So when it came to the preparation, I wanted to make sure from my part I don't leave any stone unturned. I also did a deep dive on the kind of industry that I'm in, what is happening around me, just again general knowledge, all of that. Spent about 7 to 10 days in all of that. You can't predict how your interview goes, but I think all of this preparation just gives you that confidence. And when I walked into that interview room, I knew that I had done my part. About 70-80% that I could prepare, I had done. The rest I'd have to think on my feet and be able to communicate well on this work there. So I think preparation did play a major role in my case, because I draw a lot of confidence from that prep work. My actual interview was comfortable because it almost entirely revolved around my work experience. The fact that I come from an alcobev industry and in marketing specifically, I'm sure there was a lot of interest there. So it started out very casual. The interviewers were two Adams, and they just tried to first make me comfortable. They asked me where I'm from, whether I've been to campus before. So just tried to ease me into the interview. Then they focused on my work experience as a whole, where I told them about my GE experience. Even within my current company, I've held 2 different roles. So spoke to them about that, but they went in depth about one particular project that I had worked on. I'd also mentioned that in my essay. So they spent 15 to 20 minutes just on that one project that I'd worked on to understand almost, entire 360-degree angle of right from the start, what was my motivation behind even choosing this project, how I decided to create an impact, what kind of impact was actually created, and what I learned from the experience. They were very inquisitive and they wanted to understand everything about this. Then towards the end, they just touched upon why you want to do an MBA, why do you want to do it right now, and then we wrapped up. The entire interview was about 40-45 minutes, which I've heard is a little longer than average, but again, it depends panel to panel. In my case, the panels were more inquisitive and wanted to understand in depth. But overall, it's a very comfortable experience. There's no grilling, there's no stress interview as such. And in my case, it went well, I think. That's why by the end of it, I did feel like I had done my part well.
So you get a hang of things, by the time you are coming out of the room, I've done my bit.
Instinct. Right.
So what would be your do's and don'ts for the future MBA applicants?
One thing definitely would be to first have your expectations clear, what it is that you are looking for from an MBA. I feel like one other sort of tip would be not to self-reject, because I feel like a lot of times when ISB is the only major, is actually the only college that I applied to, and I of course got this feedback from a lot of people that apply to more colleges, but I was a little stubborn because I knew that this college had everything that I was looking for, and I could also provide equal amount of value. So I think because I had done a very thorough research what the college had to offer, and I also knew what my expectations were, so I had that clarity that this fit was right. So I think knowing about that fitment is very important. A lot of times we are of course looking for an MBA, but it's equally important for the college to be able to provide that. So it's a two-way street. I think a lot of times people are just chasing brands and trying to get the name of that college on the resume, but it's also important to know why you want to apply to that college, because I think that's an important first step. Put your head down and do the work. A lot of people, there's a lot of chatter around us usually, and a lot of people giving us a lot of saying, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. I think it's important to just, focus on what you are doing right now. Take it one day at a time. There's pressure in this whole process because, all of us are ambitious and want to get into good colleges. So I think it's important to just cut out that noise and take it one day at a time and believe in yourself. Self-doubt is this prevalent theme in this entire journey, where at different phases you feel like you've not done enough, or what more you can do. So I think at the end, after all of this, in retrospect, I do feel like these are some things I could have done better, just believed in myself and given myself that confidence. This journey would have been easier for me. So whoever is applying, I think just these two small pieces of advice: that put your head down and take it one day at a time, believe in yourself, and I'm sure your dream college will be within your reach.
This brings me to one more question, which is that, a lot of times we have this call, people come to us that I have this GPA, I have this GMAT, tell me my chances of getting into ISB. Now, how relevant is this question, and what is your take on this question? Is it a myth that this GMAT gets you into ISB? How does it work? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I actually have very strong opinions about this, because even people come to me and ask me the same thing. I think that is the worst mistake you can make at any point in your journey, because whenever we apply to a B school, it's a very, very holistic application. There is no one aspect of your profile that could make or break it. If you have a low GPA, there are multiple other things that are looked at. It's a very strength based evaluation, where colleges want to see what you bring to the table and not what you lack. So I'm absolutely against people, just mentioning 2 to 3 points and deciding for themselves, or also deciding based on other opinions what it is that they are worth. So I'd say please do not do that. Even if there is an evaluation you're doing, make it very, very holistic. Try and focus on what kind of leadership projects that you've done, or extracurriculars that you bring to the table. So it's very, very subjective in that sense. It's not just about your undergrad GPA, your 11th, 12th GMAT. So these are just specific pointers, but they are definitely not the entire picture. Please refrain from going up to anybody and just mentioning these 2 to 3 points and getting a verdict, because there's a lot more to your application than just these numbers.
The GMAT doesn't tell you that, okay, you'll get into ISB or you'll not get into ISB.
My profile itself is an example, because my GMAT is a little below the average, and I feel like my work experience or leadership projects that I've had compensate for it. So it's almost never the deciding factor. Honestly, feedback will always be very positive, because I was looking for someone who, I think my major criteria, and I spoke to a lot of consultants before choosing GOALisB. My major criteria was I wanted someone who was completely invested in helping me out, and that it was only one person. I think a lot of the consultants I spoke with, they had one person to review your application, one person to help you with your essays, one person to edit and revise the drafts that you make. So I didn't want to get into that hassle of having to interact with too many people. I wanted someone who would be there with me from start to end and help me along the way, someone who was very responsive and who I could go to for any advice. So I got a lot of good feedback from you, and I think right from our first call, you gave me a very, very realistic feedback about what I should expect and how I should go about the whole process. It was very smooth, because I was juggling my GMAT and application. The point of, having someone who understands what all I have on my plate was important. So I've had a very positive experience, and I think working with you definitely made things easier for me. I was quite nervous before approaching the essays and the entire application, because it was my first time doing it. So just your timely help and the whole process that you have in place is very well structured, and I think I just had to do my part and in a very disciplined way do whatever I had to do in terms of the tasks. So overall, very, very happy, and would definitely recommend GOALisB to anyone who's applying to these schools.